Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 1 of TEC, or formerly known as SPDL. We are here facing off against our good buddy Adalov for week 1, which is really, very, very scary. Actually, it's very scary. Yeah, I'm just gonna go over the matchup really fast. I already have the team built. The battle's already done. This is post-com. So looking at the team right here, the first thing that sticks out from my side, because I'm the protagonist of this YouTube channel, is that antagonist Aggron is a huge problem. So Aggron pretty much can wall out Mawile, Rillaboom, Lycanroc, and to an extent Zygarde actually. Max physically defensive, takes very little actually from Thousand Arrows, and if he's Rest Curse or Rest Talk or anything like that, I have a really hard time against it. Jolteon on my side is pretty okay. I'm not bringing Jolteon though because he has 2 immunities and a Slowking, which is unreal. Against him, he can run Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr is really strong against my team. I can't really switch into it too much at all, but of course he would have to sacrifice or forego a faster mon, because right now Dragon Dance Zygarde is a pretty notable problem for him. Umbreon's a pretty big problem for us as well if he wants to bring Aggron and Umbreon, because then it's around for a long time, and I cannot beat this team in the long game. I can't. There's just no way, which is unfortunate because that's the type of game I like to play. Mega Mawile is really good this game. Everything faster than it kind of sucks, but most of the defensive balls, Umbreon and Slowking, both get dropped by it. Conkeldurr, if I can live a Mach Punch, gets dropped. Kricketune gets dropped. Dhelmise gets dropped, and then Sucker Punch is doing quite a bit to everything above it. After some chip, Rillaboom is still good this game. It still is coming. I had Incineroar on originally, but then someone was like, use Rillaboom instead, and I was like, okay, we'll do that instead. But Incineroar was going to come, but he has too many ways to deal with Incineroar as a revenge. He has, I was worried about Scarfini because Dragon Dance Zygarde is pretty good here, and then Incineroar is good, and then Lycanroc gets dropped by Scarfini. So Scarfini I thought was cool. I thought Arcanine's coming for sure because Rillaboom is still a problem for him. Yeah, and then Swellow and, as you can see, Swellow and the Thundurus Therian are both really hard for me to switch into. I don't really have a switch into those. At least, well, not before. But now, getting straight into... How am I going to do this? I guess you'll just see ugliness for a second here. Getting into the team we brought, first member we have is William the Slowking, 80 HP, 252 special attack, and a 176 speed with a modest nature with a Psychic, Future Sight, Surf, Teleport. This is a cool set. It lets me do a few things. So Cold Berry on it lets me 1v1 the Conkeldurr, which is a problem. Like I said before, I can eat a knockoff thanks to Cold Berry and return a kill with Psychic. Surf also OHKO's physically defensive Arcanine, along with Future Sight baiting in possibly Aggron if the Umbreon isn't here, and then clicking Surf on the Aggron switching in would ensure the kill on the Aggron, which is really cool. Future Sight Teleport is just to get in Mons, getting Rillaboom. If Rillaboom comes in and can set up a Swordsdance after a Future Sight goes off, then it's a lot easier for me to break down the Aggron and the Arcanine, which is really nice. Yeah, so this is just... We originally had Focus Blast, so the speed there is to outspeed, I'm pretty sure, the Umbreon, because we originally had Focus Blast on there. Or I originally had Focus Blast on there, but then I decided I never hit Focus Blast anyway, and I got convinced that Future Sight was just better. So next, oh yeah, I'm sorry by the way, these like the buttons are a little off on some of the slides because this is like the first time I'm making these, so bear with me. It'll get better hopefully. So next we have Assault Vest Zygarde. As we said, the Swellow, Special Swellow, and Thundurus we could not switch into, so Zygarde unfortunately had to play a Assault Vest role, which is cool, it's fine. Thousand Arrows, Earth Power, Stone Edge, Dragon Tail. Earth Power is there because it 2-hit KOs Aggron, and it can do quite a bit to Arcanine as well. I believe actually Thousand Arrows, depending on what's happening, Thousand Arrows and Earth Power can take out Aggron. Dragon Tail is there to help push things around if I get rocks up. And then really, if I can knock off the Arcanine's boots and get rocks up, Dragon Tail is super useful, just for hopefully getting some chip, or possibly getting some chip on Spec Swallow. Next is Banded, Excel Rock, Lycanroc with Rocks, Crunch, Excel Rock, Close Combat. Close Combat does about 30 something to Aggron. It does... This thing is pretty much supposed to be a late game cleaner. It doesn't do too much overall. It helps take care of Swallow. It helps take care of Thundurus if it sets up or something like that. If I need to, I can trade some damage on Aggron with CC and then, you know, do something else. Crunch is there for the King, the Slow King, and then the Dumbwise. Next is Physically Defensive Manabuzz. Physically Defensive Manabuzz is here to beat or check at least the Flygon and then the Conkeldurr, kind of. If Flygon, I thought would be more likely to come just because Zygarde is an issue and Conkeldurr can't really take care of Zygarde after some chip. So, yeah, Roost, Defog, U-turn, very basic foul play. Next we have Rillaboom with Grassy Glide, Superpower, High Horsepower, Swords Dance. So after a Future Sight, +2 Rillaboom with Life Orb could take out both Arcanine and Aggron, which was really nice and I really liked. It also took out the Umbreon. If the Psychic move baited an Umbreon to take that immunity, I could just click Superpower and remove his Wish Passer and his longevity. Yeah. And then last we have Play Rough, Knock Off, Sucker Punch, Focus Punch, Mega Mawile. So Focus Punch here does 50 to minimum 51 to max physically defensive Aggron, which was cool for me because after an Earth Power after a possible Earth Power, or after an Earth Power on, or after a little bit of chip on either the Aggron or either the Arcanine or an Earth Power off Aggron, Focus Punch killed. Sucker Punch is just for stuff faster than it. Knockoff Play Rough is for the King, Delmise, and the Umbreon. And of course the Conkeldurr. But that is pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much it. So let's go to the game. Right, so the game is loaded up here, and as you can see, so the 6 that he brings is the Thundurus, the Aggron, the King, the Flygon, the Feeny, and the Arcanine. So initially I'm thinking, okay, well I was always gonna, the Conk's not here, which is awesome. So I'm like, okay, well originally I was gonna lead King anyway because King matches up pretty well against everything except for the Thundurus, and then we can just switch, or the Thundurus and the Flygon. So other than that, we can switch out. So it's not too big of a deal. So I go ahead and I lead King right away. Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, don't worry about it. We're fine. So he leads Flygon on my Slowking. I think, okay, well, I'm switching out here because he can be Banded and First Impression, which kills my offensive Slowking. So I go ahead and I switch out, and then I U-turn on the top of Feeny. Feeny invites in Rillaboom, so I go ahead and just go Rillaboom, which is really, really convenient for me. I go ahead and get my Swords Dance up. I can actually Swords Dance once on Aggron if I want to. He stays in an opposite Ice Beam. Thankfully, I don't get frozen. I would have cried. And then, so here he stays in actually and just gives me Feeny. I'm thinking that he predicted my set is what I'm thinking. So if he doesn't know my set, this is the worst play, because either because if he thinks I'm knockoff, that means I can't deal with Rillaboom or Arcanine. But if he believes I'm not knockoff, then that means I can deal with both of them, because I'll have enough move slots for Glide, Horsepower, and Superpower, right? So that's why I think he gave this to me, because right now Grassy Glide into high horsepower kills, and then I'm able to go ahead and just straight up Swords Dance on the aggron at this HP I'm at right here. Even if he's max bold, I'm still good, which is really cool. And then of course if he goes his Slowking, I get to go ahead and click high horsepower and kill that too. If he goes into Rillaboom, or if he goes into Flygon or Thundurus, I 2-hit KO with Grassy Glide. So I think he predicted my set, which is why he gave me this so early on. So anyway, we take it. We're gonna heal back up to 50 something with Terrain, and Canine comes out. So right now I can kill this. So Arcanine right now, assuming it's max bold, I actually can kill this at +1 with high horsepower and Life Orb. I switch out here because I think, okay, well, if he didn't give me, if he gave me the Feeny, that means he can't live Grassy Glide into high horsepower, which also means he wouldn't go hard high horsepower. He wouldn't go hard Arcanine here right away if he couldn't outspeed me. So I'm thinking, okay, he's some variant of a lot of investment in speed with maybe Impish, and he's faster than me right now, and I can't risk that because right now breaking aggron is still a bit of a problem, and Rillaboom is still good. So I switch out here and I go into Psyguard on the fire move. So he's gonna go ahead and just click Morning Sun, which would have actually given me the kill, which is a little sad. Play Rough comes out here and does nothing, but I get the attack drop, so 1,000 Arrows does like 34%. It would have done about 50, which is really cool. It is what it is though. The attack drop happens. So I stay in here and I click Earth Power. Yeah, see, that's where it could have mattered. He clicks Burnout, which sucks because the Canine would have died if it weren't for the attack drop there, or he probably would have switched, but I mean, it doesn't matter. So right now I'm thinking, okay, well, Thunder's still alive. I still kind of need this Mon, so I Earth Power one more time, like Fishy first, but F drop or something. And then I'm like, okay, well, I kind of need this around, so I go Lycanroc here on the healing move. And I just decide to get my Rocks up because he's revealed leftovers at this point. So I think, okay, getting Rocks up is really good for Rillaboom. So I just get my Rocks up as he teleports out into Flygon. So here I kind of don't want to deal with this Mon. I go straight into Mandibuzz as he Stone Edges here, which is just a good read by him. We tank that pretty comfortably, which is nice. He goes Aggron, I go into Mawile. And then I misclick here. So I was considering just like oh no, I didn't misclick. I switch out into Slowking. And somehow I wasn't Intimidate. I'm throwing. Heavy Slam does 31%, so pretty much nothing. I click Future Sight here, and I just force him to stay in. He puts his own Rocks up, which isn't too big of a deal against me actually. I'm not really worried about Rocks. It's more important that I have my Rocks up. So I bring Mandibuzz in here as he roars me out into Mawile, and then I like Brain Fart here. So okay, actually, here's what I was thinking. I click Focus Punch for no reason. I have no idea why. I guess I wasn't thinking. I should have just gone Slowking. Like, that was just the only play I had. So I'm not sure why I did this, but I click Focus Punch and take an unnecessary like 1,000,000% from Heavy Slam and lose my focus. I guess I just stopped thinking or something. I don't know. I have no excuses. So Future Sight comes and takes 27, which means he's invested specially a little bit. But at this rate, Surf can 2-hit KO. So I go ahead and I click Surf, and Harry comes out. And he reveals actually he's not Assault Vest or even Calm or has barely any investment at all. He has like 18 EVs after. So I just click Future Sight and I'm like, okay, well, William can 1v1 this thing at this point. So I just keep picking Surf and I deny that. I deny Arcanine any chance of getting in, is what the plan was here. So I'm just surfing. I'm chilling. I'm faster than him because I have the speed investment, right? So I'm comfortable. I 1v1 this thing, and me clicking Surf is he can't switch into it at this point. So that's the kill for the offensive Slowking, which felt great. And then he comes into this thing. I'm thinking, okay, well, First Impressions is only play here. So I go into Mawile. And because First Impressions is only play, I get to click Focus Punch for absolutely free. So Focus Punch, Arcanine comes in here, drops my attack, and I actually get a crit. So this crit was really sucky. It mattered I believe I did like 71 to 78% or something like that. So I think it was a roll. I'm not sure, but that crit is super unlucky, and it sucks. But this thing comes out, crispy back, but that meant absolutely nothing because it's banded. Sucker Punch at 43, which is still quite a bit for being -1. Rillaboom comes in because it's taking nothing from Stone Edge, and I go ahead and dodge because I'm tactical, and I Swords Dance up. So I dance, and at this point, right, Rillaboom, we kind of can't lose at this point. Like, it takes skill to throw this hard, and trust me, I can find a way. But we go ahead and take Flygon down, and then I believe Rillaboom comes in here, or no, Rillaboom, Aggron comes in here and drops to Superpower, and then the what'd you call that? Yeah, so he reveals actually not Boots on this thing, which was what I thought. I thought it would be Specs if he brought it, because I'm so weak especially. But this thing comes out with Boots, and I click Glide, does the kill, but at this point I just go Excel Rock and on Lycan Rock, and I finish the game. So yeah, that is the first week. Took 30 turns, which was one of the more stressful 30 turns we've ever taken. But yeah, this is the first time we battled in probably a year. Yeah, it's been a year about. Because last time it was for RTC in the playoff race. But yeah, that is going to be it. I'm sorry for the hacks. That was super unfortunate. The game could have gone down a lot differently if the Arcanine didn't get crit, which is really sucky. But that is going to be it. Goodbye, God bless, and have a great day.